So I got a really good question, which is why is it that we use x1, x2, and x3 as our unknowns instead of having it just be x, y, and z? So, for example, if we had a situation like this where we had a system of equations, this is what it would probably look like in algebra, where x and y are the unknowns. Now, very similarly in linear algebra, we could write the same system of equations, but we would probably write it like this, where we have x1 and x2 be the unknowns instead. Now, the reason for this is simply because in linear algebra, you're going to have to be dealing with much larger systems of equations than you do in algebra. For example, you might run into a system of equations that looks like this. Now, in this case, you could have x1 just be x, you could have x2 just be y, you could have x3 be z, but then what would x4 be, right? We've ran out of letters in the alphabet to use. Now, something else that I'll say is it's very possible that you'll see bigger systems of equations or bigger vectors. You might see x5 or x6s, you might even see x10s, because linear algebra with the matrices and the calculations you learn gives you ways to calculate much larger systems of equations and evaluate much larger vectors than you ever could in algebra. So hopefully this answers your question, and hopefully this explains why we use the subscripts and the unknowns like this.